Boss demanded I volunteer weekends. I tracked everything and HR made him pay 200 hours. I'd been at the company 3 years when my new boss came in, pinstriped suit, shiny watch, and a favorite word, volunteer. One Friday, he leaned on the conference table and said, "We're asking everyone to volunteer a few hours on weekends. It's not mandatory, but leadership notices who steps up." He smiled at me like we shared a secret. We didn't. I smiled back and said, "Great, so I'll document everything to keep my hours straight." He blinked, then moved on. For the next 12 weekends, I became the most cheerful unpaid worker in corporate history. Saturdays at 8 a.m., Sundays at 9 a.m., I parked myself at my desk under the flickering fluorescent and sent chipper recaps. Just finished 4 hours. Processed. 3 and 12 records. Tagged 24 client issues, attached screenshots. Have an awesome weekend! Every email CC'd to him, my personal account, and the project alias. I kept calendar invites, time-stamped commits, even badge-in logs. If a coffee cup clinked, I had a receipt. By month 2, the volunteers had dwindled from 9 people to me. Boss started dropping passive-aggressive lines like, "We appreciate the team players who don't make a fuss." I didn't. I made a folder. HR announced a routine audit. Timekeeping, fairness, compliance. Boss clapped like he'd already won an award. I brought a neat binder and a polite smile. 2 weeks later, payroll called me in. "We cross-checked your weekend logs with building access and server activity. You're owed 200 hours of overtime plus penalties." They slid a check across the desk so thick it deserved its own seatbelt. I walked it past my boss's office. He suddenly found his keyboard very interesting. On Monday, he tried a new phrase. Optional weekend contribution. I raised an eyebrow. He cleared his throat and said, "Never mind. Funny how expensive volunteer gets when someone actually keeps receipts."